You have 15 seconds to ruin a job interview. What do you do/say? Interviewer asked me what I knew about the company. Apparently, talking about their company's spokesman being arrested for child molestation and possession of child pornography wasn't the correct answer. So you didn't become a sandwich artist then? Not yet. There's still time, bro. We believe in you. Where will I be in 5 years? Hell if I know, but in 5 months I better be out of this slop house. Sir, this is a Wendy's. So I'll give it less than 5 months. 5 months. Damn. What a prospect. You're hired. I had a candidate tell me I have extreme anger problems and I can't help but get loud and hands-on when someone doesn't get what I'm trying to say. It was for an engineering internship, not a while loop. A do-while loop. We needed to run once before checking the condition. / shaking the other person aggressively by the shoulders. I'm never on time for work as I sleep a lot, but at least I'm not tired when I arrive. In the 5 years I have been at my job I have slept through 3 alarms. As it turns out my natural wake up time is 10 AM. 2 hours after I start work. I used to sleep through alarms all the time and blew a couple of big meetings. Still have panic when I'm traveling and usually wake up multiple times throughout the night. Even though that was a long time ago. Sorry I'm late, I got pulled over, but I was under the legal limit, so just under the legal limit. Username checks out. Excuse me ma'am, can I talk to a man here? Like someone who would be capable enough to interview me. I can't listen and answer to a woman. I wish this was a joke, but I once interviewed a guy who asked me who his boss would be. When I explained it would be me, the person interviewing him, he laughed and said congratulations for getting so far, but that he could not be expected to just do what I asked him to, and also any woman being in charge of a man was disrespectful. He did not get the job. I interviewed this guy and my much older coworker joined me as backup. The interviewee would refuse to acknowledge me, even though I was the hiring manager. Anytime I asked a question, he would look over to my coworker and answer to him. I did the opposite of this at my last interview. It was my interviewer and her coworker, an older guy. She asked all the questions, so I talked to her directly the whole time. And on my way home I realized I didn't say a single word to the guy and felt really bad about it, lol. I don't think anyone would fault you for answering the person who asked the question. This didn't happen at an interview. As far as I know, it happened while I was attempting to train this new employee. She kept standing around, arms crossed, sour look on her face, and told me I'm only here because the state said I had to get a job or I'd lose benefits. So I got a job. They didn't say I had to work. Makes me wonder what she did say in the interview and what would happen if she had said that in the interview. She actually finally started putting a little effort into it and became an okay-ish employee. She did bare minimum, but she did it reliably and correctly. I want that last line to be on my gravestone. Him do good snoo snoo by the Amazonian Girl is my go-to choice, but I like yours too. My favorite part of that scene is the radiator sitting there with all of Fry's exes, whistling non-committally. In an earlier episode he tried to make contact with the radiator people, and Leela told him it was just a radiator. Apparently in Leela's space bee venom induced hallucination. It was an actual person. Figuratively speaking, how strict are your policies on sexual harassment? Oh wow. I was sexually assaulted at a job in the past, and I swear in an interview afterwards I asked this exact question, not realizing they might have interpreted it like this. Whoops. Just realizes it could mean both. Wow. I'm not saying this is right or the way it should be, but it would likely be interpreted one way if the interviewee was a woman and the other if they were a man. Obviously expression would play a role. Do you look scheming or concerned? But unfortunately gender would as well. I answer the questions truthfully and honestly. Why are you interested in this position? I need a job. You guys are paying, and it's within my radius that I'm willing to drive up and down every day. I see. I've had this question asked as a kid when I was interviewing for a job at a burger joint. Essentially gave the same freaking answer. Did you get the job? As a matter of fact I did. So, can I do a line here? I'd hire you on the spot depending on the industry in question. What industry would that possibly be good for? Chef. I hear it's a bit of a problem among chefs. Line cooks. Does your employee theft policy offer second chances, or would you fire me right away? My manager once had a guy come in for a job interview. Dolph seemed really nice. Clean cut. Polite. He was talking to her and rolled up his sleeves. Swastikas. An armful of swastikas. She was honest and told him she didn't think it was going to work out, as the owner of the business was Jewish. He was like, okay, I understand. They were in there for about 2 minutes, and those goddamn Jews cost him another job. /s in all fairness. It's funny how his world image probably got reinforced by a completely sane response to that. White supremacists are an oppressed minority /s. Unironically this. They should be a minority. And whether or not calling them inbred idiots is oppression, I'm going to do it. 100%. Me too. Unlike people who are hated for the color of their skin, being a white supremacist is a choice. Apparently, all I have to do is show them my resume. Interview going well. Female interviewer, do you have any questions? Me, about you or the company? Female interviewer, haunts my memory to this day. So did you get the job? Or did you get a number? This carrot. Ha ha ha. No, I didn't get a number or anything. As soon as the words left my mouth I realized what I had said and kind of awkwardly asked some other question. Thankfully I don't think she took offense because I did get the job, but they took a lot of time to inform me. By then I had already found another job closer to what I wanted to do. 1 out of 2 ain't bad. Did this already. Was nervous and chugged the last of my coke before going inside. Went to shake the guy's hand and say hello, but a very loud long burp came out instead. I just dropped his hand and left. Haha, you should have owned it. It was a ferociously grotesque burp. No coming back from it as a business-dressed woman applying for a good paying job. Well hey, at least it makes people laugh today. I laughed much later. It was so epic of a fail. Bring a bottle of apple juice and proceed to tell the interviewer that you brought your own drug test sample whilst accidentally spilling it all over the table in their laps. Now, if you're serious about it, you lose apple cider vinegar. They will never get that smell out. Or piss. Just use your own warm, fresh piss. Thinking out of the box. I see. The juice box. Don't show up. I ruined it in 0 seconds. Well, it does show you're efficient, I guess. So am I hired? Only if you show up. Do you have masturbation breaks? Go shine a black light at the underside of your desk and tell me if the guy before you needed a break for that. Apostrophe 11/10. Do you guys ever have company gangbangs? If not, that's a real waste of some of the talent you got here, sir. This is a nursing home. Apostrophe. I love how one person can just ruin the mental image of a thread in one sentence. Sir, this is a daycare. Had an interview at a retail store. I'm really good at zoning out and doing repetitive boring work. Still got the job. Don't know how exactly what they are looking for. While they shouldn't say it like that. Zoning out and doing repetitive work easily is the perfect skill in a minimum experience job. Begin by asking the interviewer if he is also a racist. Also put down racism under hobbies and interests. Today hasn't been going well, but this made me laugh. Thanks. Walking naked. Where's a couch? Congrats. You got the job. Well, a job. Probably not the one they expected. I'm legally obligated to inform you of my status as a sex offender. Better yet, I'm not legally obligated to inform you that I'm a sex offender because I falsified evidence to get the case thrown out and I was never convicted. But I wanted to ensure you were informed so that when an incident occurs I will have proof that you were aware of the risk and didn't take proper measures to avoid it. Way too much thought was put into this, but I approve. Attention to details. Good. What counts as serious offenses? Do you drug test people? But some people are such better workers when they are high. If I could get hired work I wouldn't leave the place. plate of lines on my forklift and bourbons in the fridge. I'll be productive as fuck until I won't. He stacked those crates a mile high until his heart gave out. No one asked him to do it. And not one of us asked him to stop. None of us dared. Apostrophe. Run a finger down their neck and whisper, I know your secrets. You forgot to cross and open your legs. Oh, then they might see my secrets. Show no vulnerabilities. Gosh, you really thought this through, huh? Who doesn't want to be a villainess? I'd love to be a badass bitch. Completely unprompted say, where do I see myself in 5 years? Interviewing you for the job you lost to me. Apostrophe. Truthfully, that wouldn't be a disqualifier when I'd interview you. In 5 years I sure as shit hope to have moved on. And if I trained you well, the job is yours. I must disclose a medical condition. 6 words is all it takes. Especially if it's autism. I learned that the hard way. Depressing how not okay it is to be autistic. I know, right? I was working for an agency, and they hooked me up with a job at the hospital. When I mentioned I was autistic to my boss, when she asked me about college, her jaw dropped, and I was told I would not be required to come to work again. At all. I was really angry at that. Wow. That's disgusting. I'm so sorry you went through that. People really have no idea what autism is actually like, and it's utterly unacceptable. We need awareness. Very simple. Say, I don't think your company or this position are a good fit for me. Thank you for your time. We are done. Can someone show me out? Did that. Years ago I was doing an interview for a programmer position and asked about how would they pay the extra hours. They laughed and said, well, it comes with the job. So my reply was exactly what you said. In Spanish though, since I'm in Spain // carrot / / carrot. Pay for work. No way, these millennials are so fucking entitled. Nobody is willing to put in the hard work these days. They just want to come in, do their work, and collect their paycheck. Nobody wants to sacrifice their time, mental health, and relationships to do unpaid overtime to help me achieve my dreams, so I can cut them loose at the last second and sail my golden parachute into retirement. What a bunch of ingrates. You joke, but I've heard almost the exact same line from my previous boss. How no one at the company cared about it or our work. We only did the bare minimum and never stayed after hours or did work over weekends. It's like we are only in it for ourselves and our paychecks. Later that week the same boss spoke about the plan to retrench an employee and then offer them lower paying contractor work because, and I quote, they just had a kid and it's hard to find a job so soon. So I'll think they'll take it. Are there kids around him not legally allowed near them? Sir, this is a kindergarten. Great. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos.